Imagine paying 15 grand for an old Silverado in 2015 and selling it for 85,000 in 2025. Sounds like BS? It happened to a guy at Barrett-Jackson this year. And it wasn't luck, it was knowledge. Today, I'm showing you the 5 rarest Silverados that are turning into pure gold at American auctions. Look, I've been following car auctions for 15 years. Mecum, Barrett-Jackson, bring a trailer. I've seen it all. $200,000 Silverados, bidding wars that lasted hours, people crying when they lost that specific model. And you know what I learned? 90% of people have no idea what they're missing. That Silverado you see abandoned in a barn might be worth more than a house. And if you're the type who thinks old trucks are just work tools, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell, because after this video you'll look at every Silverado on the street differently. Silverado number 1, 454 SS, 1990 to 1993. The original muscle truck. Let's start with the legend. The Silverado 454 SS, produced for only 4 years, with less than 17,000 units total. Of those, only 13,748 were black, the most desired color. This wasn't a regular truck. It was a muscle car disguised as a Silverado. Big block 454 engine with 7.4 liters, 230 horsepower, which was insane for a truck back then. Lowered suspension, exclusive wheels, sport interior with bucket seats. GM literally took a C1500 and turned it into a factory hot rod. Now what makes it really rare? Finding an original, unmodified one. 90% have been touched, tuned, customized. A black 1991 454 SS, matching numbers, low mileage. This January, a 1991 with 42,000 original miles sold for $73,000 at Mecum. In 2020, same configuration was worth 25 grand, tripled in 5 years. And here's the kicker. The red ones, which were even rarer, only 2,144 made, can pass 90 grand if they're perfect. Crucial detail, the VIN must have code CK15703, and the RPO label must show Z84 to be a real SS. Lots of clones out there. Silverado number 2, Intimidator SS 2006. The Dale Earnhardt Tribute. Number 2, the Silverado Intimidator SS. If you're not a NASCAR fan, you might not get the craziness. But this truck is sacred to collectors. Super limited edition. Only 1,333 units made. Why that number? Dale Earnhardt, the Intimidator, drove car number 3. GM made 333 units for VIPs and exactly 1,000 for the public. Each one numbered with authenticated plaque. Vortex 6.0 with 345 horsepower, standard AWD, sport suspension, exclusive interior with red stitching, special badges, and that unmistakable black paint with red accents. Even came with a custom truck cover and certificate of authenticity. Auction prices? Hold on to this. Unit number 3, yes, number 3, sold for $127,000. A random number, 15,000 miles, perfect condition, sold last month for 68 grand on Bring a Trailer. The crazy part, in 2010 you could buy one for 25 to 30 grand. Over 200% appreciation on average examples. And the ones with less than 10k miles? I've seen them ask 95 grand and sell fast. Silverado number 3, Cyclone Tribute / GMC Sonoma Cyclone, 1991. The turbo cousin. Okay, technically it's a GMC, but it's the same family and too important to ignore. The 1991 Cyclone. Total production, 2,995 units. All black except 3 prototypes. This freak had a turbo V6 4.3 with intercooler, 280 horsepower, AWD, and did 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds. Faster than a Ferrari 348 from that era. A truck faster than a Ferrari. Car and Driver magazine tested it and didn't believe it. Tested again. It was true. Why is it worth gold? Because most were destroyed. Teenagers bought them, crashed them, modified them. Finding an original today is like finding a diamond. And here's a detail. Many were converted to look like Silverados. If you find a Silverado Cyclone, it's a conversion. But even well-done conversions are worth a fortune. Values? An original Cyclone, low miles, matching numbers, recently passed $100,000. One with 30K miles in average condition? 55 to 65 grand. And here's the golden tip. Look for 1990 to 1993 Silverado 1500s with lowered suspension and weird AWD. Could be a Cyclone conversion. I've seen guys buy for 8 grand thinking it was a regular Silverado and discover it was worth 40 grand. Silverado number 4, Silverado RST Callaway Edition, 2021 to 2023. The modern collectible. Now one that's appreciating right in front of US, Silverado RST Callaway Edition. You might still find one at a dealer, but not for long. Callaway, the same guys who make insane Corvettes, took the RST and created a monster. Supercharger on the 6.2 V8, resulting in 602 horsepower and 560 lb-ft of torque. Only 250 units per year numbered with Callaway plaque, complete documentation package. What makes it special? It's the last naturally aspirated V8 Silverado factory modified before the electric era. Collectors already figured out this will be historic. It's like having the last muscle car before the emissions restrictions of the 70s. Original price, $95,000. Price today with 5K miles? 115 to 125 grand. Saw a 0 mile, number 001 from 2022, offered at 145 grand with multiple offers. Important detail, must have the Callaway certificate and GM documentation. Lots of people install aftermarket Callaway kits and try to sell as original. Not the same thing. Original has specific VIN and warranty package. Silverado number 5, Silverado SSVO Vortec High Output 2003 to 2004. The forgotten one. Finally, the most underrated, Silverado SS with a VHO package, Vortec High Output, made for only 2 years before discontinuation. This is special because it was the last breath of the classic Silverado SS, 6.0 Vortec HO engine with 345 horsepower, but what was special were the very few examples with the factory VHO performance, package, special heads, Wilder cam, performance exhaust. Less than 500 confirmed units with this package. Standard AWD, aggressive looks, 20-inch wheels, huge for the time, leather interior with red stitching. But what makes it worth gold? Impossible to find. Most were modified, crashed, or hidden in collections. A regular 2003 SS is worth 20 to 25 grand today. One with proven VHO package, low mileage, just sold for 52 grand on Bring a Trailer. And experts say in 5 years it'll double. How to identify? VIN code CK10543 and RPO label showing B4V for the VHO package. Without that, it's regular SS or clone. So that's it. These are the 5 Silverados turning into gold at auctions. And know the common denominator? Limited production, historical significance, and originality. If you find any of these, especially original, buy first and research later. Now tell me, have you ever seen any of these in real life? Got any rare Silverado stories from out there? Comment below, I want to know. And if this video helped you understand the collectible Silverado market, leave a like and share with that friend who has an old truck in the garage. What if it's one of these, right? Next week, I'm showing 5 F-150s that Ford doesn't want you to remember exist. One of them had a V10 engine. Yes, V10 in a truck. Until then, thanks.